Hello, I am Amelia. I am 21 years old and I am having a breast reduction in the next 3 weeks. I would also like to say before anything goes anywhere that this is not me promoting cosmetic or plastic surgery. To me, this is not that. It is confidence. It is pain that is relieved from my neck, back and shoulders. I fit the criteria of somebody who could get it done on the NHS, but it's a fantastically long waiting list, and if I am fortunate enough to be able to come up with the funds for that, then I would feel bad taking that spot from somebody on the NHS who needs it, who can't afford it. So I'm not calling my body disgusting. If you have the same kind of body as me, fantastic. I like my body, but in the long run, this is what's right for me. So just clearing that up, everybody is beautiful. Do not worry if you're not planning on getting this done. I apologise, this one clip has no sound, so I basically said that I'm 30H. I wanted a breast reduction since I was 16 or so. I have been trying for last year to get one, and that I started growing my boobs at the same time as everybody else, but by the time I left primary school I was a beaker, and by the time I was second year of high school I was a double D, so I've always been quite disproportionate. So before looking into breast reduction surgery, I have looked at cupping massages, physiotherapists. I've tried them all. I didn't try dry needling because that scares the shit out of me. Not for me. No thanks. But yeah, no, I've tried everything until we got to this point. So I am 3 weeks before my surgery. It's 3 weeks today. I am going the private route, but I have recorded everything from start to finish, to give a little bit of a kind of a diary for anybody who wants to have a breast reduction or is looking into it, because see you in a bit. Because I've done it because I really benefited from watching people's experiences, but nobody was really quite like me, where it was quite a tiny person with massive boobs, and I just think if I can help somebody, that is the only reason we are doing this, because I'm not someone who would usually record myself. So as I said, we did try to do the NHS route. I had been trying for that at the beginning of this year. I phoned up and asked if I could have an appointment to do with asking for a breast reduction, and the receptionist called me back later on in the day and said the NHS don't do breast reductions. They have multiple pages on breast reductions on the NHS website, so that's what I told her, and she was like, no, we don't do them. So 2 months went by and I was very disheartened, and so I decided to ring up for another appointment and just say that I was going in for neck, shoulder and back pain. This worked because I got an appointment and I was able to go and pitch my case, and I will show you the videos of that now. So I'm here, pulled up at the doctor's. I'm so excited, but I'm so nervous. I've got butterflies. I feel sick. I feel so sick. I've got here half an hour before my appointment, so we'll see what happens. I've got scraggy wet hair because I thought, right, calm myself down by having a shower, and yeah, who knows what's gonna happen, but I just hope it's not a repeat of last time where it was like, yeah, we'll get the receptionist to see you, so that it's like we've told you something, but we'll see. Yeah, I'll update you in a bit. So I've just been in, cried obviously. I'm a mess. It looks like she's gonna put me forward for it. She had no question, it was like right straight away, yeah. So she's gonna so she's going to essentially put me forward for it. She says I'm gonna more or less get confirmed straight away. There's funding for it that she's gonna vouch for me, but yeah, everything seems like it's going in the right direction. I got in there, told her everything, handed over my referral letters, all my notes from previous doctors that were just like, your back's not going to get any better until you sort these boobs out. And she was like, no questions asked, yep, cool. And I cried. I just cried straight away when I was describing like the pains, the self-consciousness, like, oh, could not be happier. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. As if like 4 months ago as well, I rang up and I was like, yeah, can I have a doctor's appointment? I want to be considered for a breast reduction. And the receptionist rang me up and said, we don't do what do they call it? Breast reduction. Oh, completely blank. They don't do breast reductions on the NHS, but they have 3 web pages about it. So I knew that I was being bullshitted. It's just, oh my god. But yeah, I'll take that. I'll take that as a win. I was so happy. Oh, I'm actually shaking. I cannot wait. Oh my god, I can't wait to tell my mum. So what happened was they sent the referral letter off and I didn't hear anything for 2 months. So I rang up, asked them if we'd had a reply from the referral letter, and they sent me the reply and it said no. That is because I read the letter that the doctor sent out, and because it was just a very emotional day, she didn't really put in any reasons as to why I should have it, because there's this criteria that you've got to meet and I met it all, but she didn't say anything regarding the criteria. So I got a hard no due to a lack of evidence, which is both of our faults. I didn't say much and she didn't put it in the letter because she didn't know what to say, because I just cried basically. So in June I went in again. I had another doctor's appointment with evidence this time. So I wrote 2 A4 pages of evidence, like pure evidence of everything that they need to know, everything that I've tried. So physio letters, my masseuse saying that I've got kyphosis in my back and my trapezius muscles are getting very, very weak. All that sort of stuff. And then I've still not heard anything back off them, even though I've been trying to contact them every couple of weeks. So who knows where it's gone with that. So then I went on holiday in the August and was chatting with my dad, and I just felt so uncomfortable because you get so many weird stares and people think that I've done it to myself, like I've asked for this size boob, and they just stare, and it's so uncomfortable. So we then decided, right, this is the time that we start to go and look at private, and we found a fantastic surgeon and in a great hospital close to our house, and went for a consultation. So the consultation was on the 26th of October. I did a video of that as well, so I will put that in here. I am an hour away from my appointment. I'm so excited! I feel sick. I want to throw up. I'll have answers in an hour. I will update you when I'm back. So I have a date, 14th of December. Very, 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 very excited. If anybody is cutting me open and giving me new boobs, it's him. He is fantastic. Like, put me at ease straight away. Felt so comfortable. He knew exactly what he was talking about, and he was just so real with me. He wasn't like over it, like saying, oh yeah, we'll do this, this and this. He was incredibly down to earth and was like, he kept it very real as to what could happen. So he said that obviously I'm prime candidate, and he was actually really annoyed that I hadn't been able to get it through the NHS, but obviously it is the waiting times on the NHS, so it's out of their hands. I'm not angry, it's all good. But yeah, he told me the risks, which are fat necrosis. Also, do not take anything I say as literal, because I'm not a doctor and this is everything for me. It might not be the same for you. So do not take everything I say as Bible, because I don't know. I don't know much. Don't know. I only know what I've been told, and I probably am not saying this right. So fat necrosis is apparently dead fat that comes out of your skin if it dies. That's what fat necrosis is. Other risks were nipple sensitivity being lost, which fine. Scarring in younger people can be thicker, which don't care about. Scar's a scar. I've got scars on my finger and scars on my ankle from past operations anyway, so I'm fine with scars. We also had the lack of breastfeeding that might happen because obviously everything's being taken off. Infection, as you would with every other surgery, infection's always a risk. And I think that's it. There was obviously a lot more, but they're like the main ones. And then he just said that I said I would like to be between a C and a double D, like anywhere in between those, like CD, fantastic. That's way more than half of what I am now, being a 30H. And he said, right, realistically, he doesn't know what he's going to be able to do until he gets in there, because these are my natural ones at the minute. They're quite wide because I've got a bigger boob naturally. So when he takes them out, he wants them to look the best that they can, because obviously I am going through private, so he's a cosmetic surgeon as well, so he wants them to look fantastic. So he'll make them as small as he can without being ugly, if that makes sense. So I could be like a C to an E, but anywhere, but he'll make them look the best that they can and be smaller, which I'm so happy with. And a lift is also what they do in a breast reduction, so they will also be nice and perky. So I had a lot of questions. Well, I won't say a lot because he kind of answered them going through them, but I asked what do I need following the surgery, and he said a sports bra, but buy a few sports bra, but they don't have to be expensive. Tesco, Sainsbury's, Asda, something like that, in a size large, one that you don't put over your head, one that fastens at the front or the back, and that's perfect. And you'll be in those for most of your recovery, which is like 4 to 6 weeks. So if you are going to get a breast reduction, you don't have to spend a lot. You do not have to spend a lot on the sports bras. I was looking at like Calvin Klein, Nike, these ones, like the best ones I could possibly get, but you don't need them. It's just so they're held up because they can't drop after the surgery, or else that's how they're going to heal. So they've got to be up and lifted. He asked if I was on any medications, and I said I was on the pill, and which I wasn't going to say at first because nobody else actually cares if you're on the pill, but it's a good job I said it because you have to be off the pill for 6 weeks before your surgery. I don't know why, but I think it's something to do with blood clots. But yeah, so I'm on microgan on 30 and I had to be off that, which is a great thing because my boyfriend's travelling Thailand at the minute, so there's no worries whatsoever. But yeah, I don't want to say that it's chill, but for a major surgery, it's pretty chill. Starbucks, and I realised I didn't close the video, so thank you for watching. Bye.